They bring colour and class to the catwalk, introducing new styles and trends. The playful Marni, the insightful Louis Vuitton, the delightful Erin Featherston, the architectural and graceful Angel Sanchez, and Tracy Rees, the creator of funky yet elegant women's clothing. Combining feminine, whimsical and bright, bold colours into their creations is the upbeat and funky Italian label known as Marni. Marni was established in 1994 when its founder Consuela Castiglione, who had no previous training in fashion, stemmed out from her husband's family fur business to create the designer label, which still continues to be a family-run business. With Castiglione's designs, the label became known for its unusual and feminine bright colours, patterns, prints, textures and use of furs, giving it a funky yet elegant image. Today, Marni has risen to fame to produce many collections, from ready-to-wear clothing, jewellery and handbags and accessories, which are sold in many countries around the world. Marni has been the darling of the fashion crowd for the last few years now, and with the designer's quirky sense of humour, she has managed to woo fashion critics bored with ordinary style and overblown statements of grandeur. In 2005, Marni floated into childish but homely elegance at its winter fashion show, and the Milan-based designer used a muted palette of biscuit, blue and green to create a collection that merged the school playground with homeliness. Long dressy gowns were cut with round necks like school uniforms, while long capes in satins and silks floated over short puffed-out skirts, long black socks and high heels. Castiglione's catwalk show in early 2006 was an exercise in discreet femininity, achieving a casual elegance that impressed the onlookers. Her silhouette was short, simple and came in shades of washed-out grey, black, navy, tan or pale rose. The nonchalant femininity included coats in black or beige, with sleeves cut to the elbow and trimmed with fur for smarter parties, while tie-dye skirts and dresses of inky blue and white, drawstring neck tunic tops and oversized mohair knits provided plenty of variety. However, shiny vinyl and contrast was the order of the day at the Marni Spring-Summer 2008 show for Milan Fashion Week, with a collection that Castiglione called romantic but structured, with simple tunic dresses in green, yellow and blue, accessorized with brightly colored plastic-rimmed shades. The plastic fabrics thrived, with jackets and tunics in techno-gabardine, clear latex and patent canvas worn alone or over shimmering knee-hemmed skirts or ankle-length trousers. By the fall of 2007, Castiglione and Marni had introduced their first line of men's clothing, and by the 2008 summer menswear collection shown in Milan, Marni, unlike many other collections shown at the Fashion Week, had steered away from bright colour schemes, opting instead for minimal and simple designs which played with the usual silhouettes. The collection featured an array of different greys, off-whites coupled with black, with the occasional injection of colour in blue or red. Designs had a preppy feel, with ill-fitting ankle swinger trousers, baggy above-the-knee shorts, and shorts worn with pulled-up socks and either sports jackets or loose t-shirts. Since its introduction, the Marni label has grown and has been described as bohemian chic, which seems to be just the way celebrities like it. Some of the biggest names in showbiz are fans of the clothing line, and not only show their support by wearing the clothes, but also by gathering to celebrate the opening of stores. Some of these stars have come to include big-name actresses and models.
I just think they're very sexy and colorful and fun. It's kind of got this bohemian edge to it that I really like, because I don't like to look too fashiony. So everything's really flowy and colorful and fun.
So from beginning as a label that was barely recognizable to a brand that's become a favorite among stars from around the world, Marni has grown from a small-time fashion house with early designs being vintage-inspired to an upbeat, funky designer label of modern times. Creating funky, wearable clothing that makes women feel beautiful, feminine and fashionable has become the trademark for fashion designer Louis Vuitton. Born in Chicago and raised in Leon, Guanajuato, Mexico, Vuitton's fashion career started at the Art Institute of Chicago as well as the Ray Vogue College of Design, and his collections are now inspired by the fashionable society women of his homeland. Having been influenced by the wealthy and fashion-conscious socialites of the world, as well as iconic couturiers like Oscar de la Renta and Yves Saint Laurent, Vuitton has grown to create some outstanding clothing that gains a constant admiration by his followers. He understands the importance of details, quality and comfort, as well as incorporating a little bit of edginess in his designs, which turns his outfits from just something basic into something beautiful. Always putting on a real display for his catwalk shows, he began his show in late 2005 with a humorous poke at Hollywood's elite, as a dog in a pram followed the model down the runway. Vuitton threw everything into his collection, with models with big hair, romance, Prince of Wales check, polka dots, retro chic and live animals. Socialite Paris Hilton gushed over his clothes, as did her gal pal and daughter of Rod Stewart, Kimberly Stewart.
Oh, I thought the show was beautiful. I really love his clothes. I'm gonna go meet him right now.
Actress Gina Gershon was also impressed with Vuitton, and the man of the hour was enjoying every minute of the attention, feeling that people would appreciate a bit of frivolous fashion to take their minds off the dramas playing out in the world. In 2006, Vuitton focused on a different era with a collection that was inspired by and called the Punk 40s, being a little bit rock and roll, a little bit girly and a little bit edgy.
The inspiration, it's a collection called the Punk 40s. It's a little bit of rock and roll. People think that I'm the endless romantic, and I do. My clothes are very romantic, they're beautiful lines, very girly. I try to mix a little bit of the girly with something a little edgier, so the shapes are, the suiting is gorgeous, very sharp razor shoulders, beautiful wool blends that are very chic.
Black and white were the preferred Vuitton colours of the night, with black suiting including pinstripe, high collars, little jackets and large waist belts. Vuitton is also known for the large celebrity appeal he holds most years for his shows.
Celebrity is a strong part of creating a good buzz for who you are. It's not the ultimate goal that I have, but it's amazing that they understand my sensitivity, and it's overwhelming. You know, it's one of those things that you constantly have to ping yourself and remind how lucky you are of having all this following.
And among his celebrity followers were once again the Hilton sisters, Carmen Electra, Matthew Perry and Red Hot Chili Peppers frontman Anthony Kiedis. He's even gained fame for working with and dressing the acclaimed material girl herself, Madonna. He received worldwide attention when his outfits were seen across the globe back in 2003 during the MTV Music Awards, when the controversial singer shared that infamous on-stage kiss with the sometimes out-of-control Britney Spears. However, he's mainly known for his creative designs that appeared during fashion weeks, and for the spring 2007 collection, he decided to accentuate volume with oversized dolma, modern kimonos and bubble shorts. He also brought in easy silhouettes with jumpers and rompers, which came in light and neutral colours. However, for this collection, Vuitton was quick to point out that the waist was still the strong focal point. Louis Vuitton has a knack of understanding how to make a perfect and comfortable fit. With his attention to detail and design dynamics, he creates classic designs with that funky edge for women who are looking for that classic beauty. Her clothing may look girly and playful, but American designer Erin Featherston has also come up with some of the most creative and funky styles around. Having grown up in California and attending the University of California in Berkeley, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in 2002, Featherston then relocated to France, where she attended the Paris division of Parsons School of Design. She launched a line of handmade designs in 2004, and just 3 short years later, the young designer had made it to the prestigious New York runways. By 2005, she had debuted her own collection during the Haute Couture shows. And having only really just appeared in the spotlight, Featherston has already received the illustrious Ecco Domani Fashion Foundation Award for Emerging Designers and has been nominated for a prestigious CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund Award. In the past, Featherston has found inspiration for her clothes in romantic literature, such as Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass or William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Always a sense of whimsy, a sense of romance, a sense of fantasy, all balanced with really great clothes that are really for a woman and flatter a woman. What's new for me this season are a lot more tailored pieces. I've actually made a suit, which you're going to see as my opening look. That is new for me, my first time to do it, and I love it. It's very fluid, it's still very feminine.
But for her Spring 2008 collection, launched at New York's famed Bryant Park, called Flights of Fancy, Featherston said that she looked to iconic women for inspiration.
Well, I always work with lots of different levels of inspiration, but here I was actually really thinking about kind of a legacy of iconic women, and I kind of had an imaginary character in mind who had a really great family tree, so in a way she was related to Katharine Hepburn. In another branch there was Ally McGraw, maybe it was her aunt, and I thought about all these really fantastic women through history, fictional characters too, but it was really all about a strong personality.
The clothing and colours were very romantic, light and flowing, with flattering frilly dresses and feminine outfits in materials such as silk crepes and silk trap. Her 2009 Fall and Winter collection was an example of girly sophistication, but still with her funky edge. Using a gothic colour palette, her fairy tale-looking theme included hues such as cranberry, midnight black, creams and whites on a variety of outfits, from ivory silk dresses and cocktail dresses in black diamond organza to white matelass lambskin peplum jackets over ivory lace chiffon sleeveless blouses and cap-sleeve hourglass dresses in black mini dot tulle. Her short hemlines, high heels and dark looks introduced a new image for Featherston, creating a sophisticated, rebellious girl who's still feminine and dainty. Featherston, with her own angelic appearance and blonde bangs, is one of the fashion industry's rising stars and is now known for her flirty and whimsical clothes. She is also known for dressing Hollywood starlets such as actress Kirsten Dunst and Zooey Deschanel, who appeared at the Los Angeles premiere of her movie Yes Man in an Erin Featherston dress. Deschanel is also Featherston's model for her high-end line, which debuted at the retail superstore Target. Following in the footsteps of fashion greats such as Stella McCartney, Featherston launched her Target line in 2007. So, having started her label only a little while ago, this young designer has merged fantasy with elegance to give us flirty frills, ruffles and feminine outfits that have garnered the attention from the world's most popular women, which in turn has helped her reputation. Erin Featherston certainly is a major talent in the fashion field who's sure to delight fashion lovers for many more years to come. Renowned around the world for his funky architectural and stunning bridal and evening wear, it's Venezuelan designer Ángel Sánchez. Sánchez was practically born with a needle and thread in his hands and has been enthralled with fashion ever since he was a child. His family owned a dressmaking business in his native Venezuela, where he was constantly surrounded by fabrics, designs and dresses. Immediately, he was inspired by his mother's talent, and even though he showed early on his ability, Sánchez chose to study architecture instead. After working as an architect for 2 years, his family roots caught up with him, and he knew he was to be a fashion designer, and it was in 1987 that he founded his namesake evening wear label. He became popular in his own home of Venezuela and Latin America, eventually to move his growing company to New York in 1997. By '99, he had launched his bridal collection and was selling his designs in popular American stores such as Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus and Bergdorf Goodman. His bridal gowns were receiving rave reviews, and he was beginning to showcase his evening wear at New York Fashion Week. He was also inducted as a member of the Council of Fashion Designers of America, and his reputation and popularity was cemented as one of the top-growing designers. Today, he is widely known and loved for both his bridal and evening wear that shows his architectural talent as well as his ability to create timeless pieces that allow a woman to feel beautiful and sexy. In 2004, the flowing, romantic look of Sanchez graced the runway as models glided out in soft pastels, looking as elegant as ever in soft bridal gowns layered with ruffles. This collection was one of Sanchez's biggest collections done for brides, featuring lots of embroidery. In 2008, his fall collection skillfully combined his knowledge and appreciation of both fashion and architecture with a show that was partly inspired by the architecture of Tadao Ando, his travels in Japan, and also his mother.
My mom is, in every single piece is part of my mom, because every element I learn how to treat the fabric, how to play with ornamentation, how to respect the quality. My mom was the most amazing seamstress in my hometown, so she will enjoy so much the quality.
He combined angular elements with appliqué flowers and made heavy use of brocades and metallic silk fabrics for a collection that was designed to be elegant and contemporary. Some of Sanchez's more notable work, though, has been his creations for some of the biggest names in film, television and music. The orange carpet for the 44th Annual Academy of Country Music Awards was awash with colour as the stars showed off their outfits from their favourite designers. And country singer Taylor Swift upped the glamour stakes in a bright red floor-length gown worn off the shoulder by Ángel Sánchez. Grey's Anatomy star Sarah Ramirez modelled a form-fitting strapless gown designed by Sanchez as New York Fashion Week kicked off with the charitable Heart Truth Red Dress event, which featured celebrities wearing one-of-a-kind designed red dresses in hopes of raising awareness of heart disease in women. And Nicolette Sheridan attended the 60th Annual Emmy Awards wearing a sleek strapless gown by Sanchez in purple, a trendy fall colour. So it seems his funky yet elegant and graceful designs have won over more than just fashion lovers from around the world. They've won over many of the people who have influenced fashion designers. While his designs may sometimes seem a little theatrical and imaginative, they're also very ladylike, structured, and make many women gorgeous, whether it's for her wedding day or a night out. Ángel Sánchez has successfully turned his label into a thriving brand that's now loved by many women around the world. With her colourful, detailed and feminine collections, funky designer Tracy Rees has become a favourite amongst fashion lovers from around the world. Wanting to create beautiful clothing for women, Rees in the early 1980s moved from Detroit to Manhattan to attend Parsons School of Design, where she received an accelerated degree. Once she completed her degree, she moved on to Paris, where she gained work experience and employment, eventually to return back to New York to work for some of fashion's most loved houses, such as Perry Ellis, where she became the design director for the women's portfolio. By the late 90s, Rees had launched her own label of feminine designs that also gave a luxurious and charming look for modern-day women, which has since become one of her trademarks.
Everyone should have a perfect dress, a dress that suits her figure, that really enhances her, where the color is right, the fit is right, and she knows that it's going to be good for whatever, life presents. It's like having that right pair of shoes, even if you wear them like twice a year. If they're there for you and, you look fabulous in them, it was worth whatever you paid. Dresses, you need quite a few more of those. I think you need at least one fabulous dress for every month of the year.
Since the introduction of her label, Reese has gone on to add 2 more lines to her brand. Plenty by Tracy Reese, which is a more adventurous line featuring her famous detailing, and Frock, an easygoing line that can make that change from day to night all the more enjoyable with outfits to suit all occasions. Now a board member of the Council of Fashion Designers of America, Reese has become known for her frilly dresses and prints, her eye for detail, and use of colour and knowledge of material, continuing to make elegant creations that women adore. In early 2007, she had one of the most talked about fall collections of New York Fashion Week. She showed lots of shorter lengths and refreshing silhouettes, giving it a modern touch with lean dresses as well as trapeze dresses. Having become known for her feminine and flirty dresses, she thinks this is something that every woman should have in their closet. And in addition to being an industry darling, Reese is also a celebrity favourite, with many stars attending her shows, such as singer Alicia Keys and Kelly Rowland. Actress Taraji Henson also admires Reese's work, having worn one of her gowns to the Palm Springs International Film Festival gala. And it wasn't necessarily just the look of the dress. Henson also went for the comfort factor. In early 2008, Reese turned out a decidedly ladylike collection, ladylike but with edge, choosing bright colours, asymmetrical details and a mix of unexpected prints for her fall collection. Pants and below-the-knee skirts were prevalent, as well as dresses which included a sheath with a draped neckline in a light blue abstract rose print. She also mixed floral patterns with paisleys and paisleys with animal prints. She continued to use floral prints in her spring collection, which she previewed at New York Fashion Week, aiming to tell the story of garden fantasy. Her collection was a colour explosion. However, she toned it down slightly for her runway finale with a pale oleander rose print used for a one-shoulder slip dress covered with appliqued flowers. For her Fall-Winter 2009 collection, Reese opted to use metallic colours. However, it still had that touch of femininity that has made her so popular over the years. Since the beginning, she has consistently pleased lovers of fashion with her use of bright colours, distinct prints and patterns that have such intricate detailing, which have gained her much attention and put her in the fashion spotlight. Having created a look of her own, her vintage yet modern clothing is now sold in the world's top stores, such as Bergdorf Goodman and Neiman Marcus. And Tracy Reese, with her strong following, is certainly set to continue her journey as one of the fashion industry's top designers.